You know the shit that really be throwing me off is like you can have a standard as a man and a bitch is gonna compare your standard to your mom. You can say you don't want to deal with a woman with kids. And the first thing a bitch is, well, don't your mama didn't your mama had kids before your daddy met her?
What's good, YouTube? This is KB Flair. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. Oh man, we got a good one, man. Listen, we got a good one, man, because I don't know how long, man, I've been wanting to talk about this, just because this is something that I've experienced for a long time. Right, I've experienced this a lot, man. Just because women just hate to please a man. Women just hate to please a man. That's what it really boils down to. Women say up and down, oh, well, we do want to please a man. You just need to be worthy of pleasing. I mean, once again, it's always an excuse, right? It's always an excuse. But there's no bigger excuse. There's no bigger excuse to use to avoid accountability than what a lot of your sisters use. Oh, well, your mama this. Oh, well, your mama look like this. So why you want me to look? So why you don't want to date that? Doesn't matter, because like that's like I'm not clapping my mama. What are you talking about? Oh, well, you know what, your mama got multiple kids by multiple men, so why you don't want to deal with a single mother? As his brother about to break down in the video, it doesn't matter what my mom did, and it doesn't matter what my dad accepted from my mom. What I want is what I want. At the end of the day, what I want is what I want. And don't sit over here and get upset because because my mom don't reach my standards. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm expecting you to reach my standards, but it's always a rebuttal, and these are one of the biggest rebuttals you will forever get, because once again, women do not like being accountable. Women do not like pleasing their men. Women rather complain and destroy a relationship than just fix it and say, okay, well, let me go ahead and just do just that. So I'm assuming somebody got this brother mad. I'm assuming some sister got this brother mad, because this brother, man, he's going in, right? He going in. And this is what he had to say.
You know the shit that really be throwing me off is like you can have a standard as a man and a bitch is gonna compare your standard to your mom. You can say you don't want to deal with a woman with kids. And the first thing a bitch is, well, didn't your mama had kids before your daddy met her? That was my dad's decision. I'm my own man, sweetheart. I don't give a fuck. You say you don't want a promiscuous girl. Well, you don't know how your mama used to be before your dad met her. Again, that's my dad's decision. I'm not my mom, so I don't care what she does with her body. That's between her and her man. A man can say that he don't want a fat woman. Well, your mama big. Again, sweetheart, that's my dad's decision. He can choose and do whatever he pleases as a man, just like I'm my own man. And if I don't want certain things, how are you going to try to compare it to my mom when I'm not my mom? You weird bitch.
And see, women would be like, "Oh my God, see, you didn't have to say that. That was so rude." I mean, how many different ways do men have to say, "Ma'am, you just have to do the bare minimum of what I'm asking, and you will be set. You will be good, right? You will be good." But you can't even do that, right? You can't even do that. So now you're trying to guilt trip me. You're trying to force me to be in a relationship with you. I'm in plenty of women. When women use that argument, oh, well, your mama big, your mama blah blah blah, or this, that, and the third, always try to catch you up or twist you or whatever, or try to be combative. They will always say, hey, well, once again, we don't want to force nothing. We don't want to force no man to be in a relationship. We don't want to force no man to be in a relationship. But then we'll turn around and come up with all of these guilt tactics to get a man to accept you. Like, that's crazy. You say you will not force a man to be with you, but then turn around and come up with all of the excuses and everything to make to guilt trip a man to dating you, or dating a single mother, or dating a woman with a lot of baggage. Stop it. How many times have we heard guys say, hey, listen, ma'am, I don't want to deal with you because you got a certain amount of kids. And so many women, what's wrong with her having kids? Well, there's nothing wrong with her having kids. Well, what happened if you had kids? You would want a woman to accept you. It's like, ma'am, dude, you asked me. I'm just saying this is not something that I want to do. So why are you going to guilt trip me? Because his thing is, if it's the other way around, we're going to say the guy is thirsty. Hypocrisy at its finest. Let's jump into these comments. So someone in the comment says, I was raised by a single mom and she told me not to date single moms. And that's another thing, right? Well, since we're on the subject of mothers, that's another thing. So many women will guilt trip you. Hey, you need a date. You need to date, single mothers. You're a real man if you date a single mother, this, that, and the third, yeah. These women will run game on men and make excuses as to why they do it. And they will say, hey, well, this, that, they will break down and encourage some of the most piss poor behavior. But then when they get a son, and they will also say these men ain't ish, these men, this, that, and third, black man, yada, yada, yada. But the second they get a son, they sit over here giving these sons the game. Oh, well, nah. Yeah, these women are this, these women are that, these women are this. Well, mama, how would you know? Because I was that woman. How you think you got here? And then you'll turn around and say, hey, well, and hey, listen, you don't want to be like these guys. You a real king. You're a real king. You do understand this same little boy, right? The same little boy's gonna grow up just like the same men you talk smack about, that you say you don't want him to be like, because they literally came from the exact same household with the exact same background as your son. Single parent household, coming from a single mother. Could be a pookie. Not society bashing on him, and you're over here in this corner. No, he not. He's a good boy. While these other women are saying, oh, no, he not. He trash. He this, that. He a deadbeat. Yeah. Just for them then to have a child, and they go through the whole cycle. And once again, it's just a cycle in the black community, if we just being honest at this point. Someone else says, what's even worse, my mom was married, 3 children, all within the marriage and middle class family. But if I hold women to that standard, I get called stuck up. So someone else says, like, you supposed to only like women big like your mom. And then someone else says, women are the biggest haters of other women, right? So someone else says, then hate a man who's a mama's boy. And then someone else says they're going to hate this. And then someone else says they be gaslighting, insulting your mom, and manipulating you at the same time with this one. Some woman, right? Then I will say a lot of women, like, especially when you really get into it, man, they will always, I'm talking about always, man, good or bad, a lot of them will always jump straight to your mama. Well, your mama this, well, your mama that. Well, how's your mama? I mean, like, God damn, like, what does my mama have to do with this, man? My mama has already lived her life. My mama is chilling. My mama's doing what she's supposed to do. We talking about y'all women, man, who are still in the dating market, man, who still have a chance, who still trying to vet a man, who's still trying to look for a man. And like I said, they will sit up here and they will say, well, your mama this, your mama that, your mama this. That will always be the biggest. That will always be the biggest offense. But then the second that man does something, and he says, well, I want to date a white woman or whatever. I want to do this. I want to do that. Then they jumping in the mama's corner. Well, why you want to date your mama? Your mama black. Well, your mama did this. Your mama did that. You want to date somebody that look like your mama. That's crazy. These women will turn around and then say, well, you want to date somebody. You should want to date somebody that look like your mama. Well, you date outside your race. Like I said, man, and like I said, it just goes to my point that a lot of women they will always go back on their argument. They will always contradict the argument. Just so they can win the current argument. Contradict whatever they said. They will freaking change whatever the hell they said. Go back on whatever the hell they said, just so they can make a point, just so they can win an argument. It's sad, bro. It's sad, but we see it all the time. Someone else says, I want a man that's over 6 foot, makes over 6 figures, no kids, has a house and a fast car. And your dad is what again? Someone else said, sir, what women do you be coming across? Because I ain't never, if anything, hear women saying that they are treated like their moms, want them to pop out 2 kids and marry them 10 years later. Someone else says it's just shaming tactics, guilt, shame, and the need to be right. Someone else says, nah, you supposed to be better than your parents. These shorties be trying to manipulate the situation. Someone else says, a point was made when the woman stayed out of the comments, right? So, I mean, once again, man, it's just ridiculous, right? It's just ridiculous. But y'all let me know down below, man. What do y'all think, right? What do y'all think, man? As I said before, women love to contradict themselves. They will always go back on their word. They will always go back on what they will say just so they can win an argument. Just so they can win that current argument. Just say, man, I should want to date my mama because she got 1,000 kids, but that's not something that I want to do. Right? Once again, hey, look, I'm not trying to deal with that. That's her bad choices. I'm not trying to deal with that. But you will also want me to do better for myself as well, right? So I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any sense, man. So do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.